Welcome back to the Bounce Back Journey. I'm Melissa Carr, and today I want to talk about something that many of us experience but rarely discuss honestly. What happens when life forces you to stop? Not because you quit, not because you lost your vision, not because you gave up on your goals, but because your body, your circumstances, or your season simply requires you to pause. A few weeks ago, life forced me to slow down. And if I'm honest with you, that was harder than I expected. Like many of you, I'm used to moving, creating, building, planning, serving, showing up. I'm used to having a full calendar, a full vision, and a full list of things that need my attention. Then suddenly, everything changes. Your priorities shift, your energy changes, your schedule changes, and the things that once felt simple now require intention. That's where I've been, healing, recovering, adjusting, listening to what my body needed, and learning that recovery is not weakness, it's wisdom. As the days passed, I noticed something. The podcast slowed down. My social media activity slowed down. My business activity slowed down. Everything seemed quieter than usual. And that's when a familiar question started creeping in. Maybe you've asked yourself this question too. Have I lost my momentum? It's a question many women ask after a setback, after a divorce, after a health challenge, after losing a job, after becoming a caregiver, after grief changes everything. Have I lost momentum or is something else happening? The answer surprised me because what I realized is this: movement and momentum are not the same thing. Just because you stop moving doesn't mean you've stopped progressing. Read that again in your spirit. Just because you stop moving doesn't mean you've stopped progressing. We live in a culture that celebrates constant activity, constant productivity, constant output, constant hustle, but healing doesn't operate on hustle. Growth doesn't operate on hustle. Wisdom doesn't operate on hustle. Some seasons require movement. Other seasons require restoration. The truth is, I wasn't falling behind. I was healing. I wasn't quitting. I was recovering. I wasn't losing my purpose. I was protecting my future. And maybe that's where some of you are right now. You've been judging yourself because your pace changed. You've been criticizing yourself because your timeline changed. You've been questioning yourself because life doesn't look the way it did before. But what if this season isn't punishment? What if this season is preparation? What if God is strengthening something in private before he asks you to carry it in public? One of the most powerful lessons I've learned during this season is that rest and rebuilding are not opposites. They are partners. Sometimes rebuilding looks like action. Sometimes rebuilding looks like strategy. Sometimes rebuilding looks like courage. And sometimes rebuilding looks like giving yourself permission to rest, to heal, to breathe, to recover, to stop measuring your worth by your productivity. Because your value does not disappear when your pace changes. If you've been walking through a difficult season, I want you to hear this clearly. Your comeback is not canceled. It may be delayed. It may be unfolding differently than you expected. It may require more patience than you planned for, but it is not canceled. A pause is not a failure. A delay is not a defeat. Rest is not resignation, and healing is not the end of your story. In many cases, healing is the chapter that makes the next chapter possible. Before we close today, I want to leave you with one thought. The comeback was never canceled. It was simply being prepared in a different room. Maybe your growth is happening in a different room. Maybe your healing is happening in a different room. Maybe your preparation is happening in a different room. Just because others can't see it doesn't mean nothing is happening. Trust the process. Trust the seasons. Trust the work being done behind the scenes. If you're listening today and life has forced you to pause, this is your reminder. You are not behind. You are not finished. You are not forgotten. And your comeback is not canceled. It may look different. It may move slower, but it is still coming. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Bounce Back Journey. Remember, your past is data, not damage. And every setback contains the information needed for your next comeback. Until next time, keep rebuilding, keep believing, and keep moving forward one intentional step at a time.